I've realized that life is too short to be miserable every single day, so I quit my job. I actually came to the decision to leave in 2020 I think it was like the end of January, beginning of February. So I decided I should leave my job. And then in March, economy and the pandemic just ruined those plans completely. Obviously, a lot of people lost their jobs at that time. There weren't people hiring. We barely stayed employed, honestly. And we were actually sent home to work from home, which I had been told would never, ever, ever happen. And instead I got sent home. And that kind of helped, actually, because I was much, much happier working from home, working remotely. And I got to see my daughter pretty much grow up from a little toddler to a preschool child. During that time, we also grew our family by one, and things just kind of chugged along. I worked from home, and it was okay. It wasn't my dream job by any means, but it was okay. After going through multiple once-in-a-lifetime events as a millennial, I think I've realized that the expectations that we were given are not matching reality. And we're starting to reconsider whether the things that we were told we should want are even the things that we want at all. Having a more or less stable job over the last 5 years has been very helpful for us, and I would never have been able to pay off debt without that foundation in my life. And it honestly helped me build the foundation of being on YouTube. I started YouTube because I had coworkers that were on YouTube. So in many ways, my job was a huge blessing. But at this point in my life, I'm realizing that time is more important than money. The thing that I spend the most time with my therapist working on is how to find time to fit everything in. I want to be the person that can do everything, but I can't. And I'm accepting that and realizing that that's okay. I can't be the person that has a full-time job, a full-time YouTube channel, and 2 kids, and then still find time for myself. I don't have the time management skills or the ability to make all of it work. And that's okay, because I don't want that. I realized this in the last 2 weeks. I went back to work and I told myself that I would give it a go. I would see how it felt. It is Tuesday of week 2 of being back at work, and I'm struggling so hard. I keep talking myself in and out of quitting. Y'all, I don't know why it's such a hard choice, because I guess it's the stability. I feel like I need and want security, stability, but I've built that for myself. My side income is so many multiple income streams, and they're all super stable. And I've spent 3 years building this thing that's stable and has multiple income streams. I mean, I'm still going to have to work. I can't quit and not work. I still have to work, but I could work from home. And I could work on things that matter and things I care about. Ultimately, I hated the last 2 weeks. I realized that 2020 and being able to work remotely, to be around my children more, was so valuable to me that no amount of money that they were going to offer me was going to be worth the lifestyle that they wanted me to have. Because I found myself in the last 2 weeks thinking, this is not how I want to live my life. I wanted a less stressful life. I wanted a less frantic life. And I no longer wanted to do work that didn't fulfill me and didn't matter. However, I'm a very, very security-minded person, so it was scary for me. I've been scared to make the jump, even though I have a side hustle income. Even though with this YouTube channel, my Etsy shop, and all of the things I do online, I've been equaling my day job income for a while now. Even with that, I still was scared. I was still scared to quit, so I had a lot of limiting beliefs around money and work that I had to work through. They kept looping through my head, and at a certain point, I realized that fear was keeping me in my job and keeping me really miserable. I was still letting fear make my decisions for me, and I was letting fear run my life. Even feeling stuck and miserable every day I had to go into the office, I was still letting fear decide that I should do that. Fear is actually a really powerful and useful emotion, but in a lot of ways it can turn on you. Fear is something that can prevent us from doing something that will actually be better for us. It's something that will keep you so stuck that you can't move on to something that's better. That's because fear is there to keep us safe. It's there to let us know that a bear or a predator or something is going to get us. Fear is good because it makes us protect ourselves and keep ourselves safe. But it also can backfire in our modern world because it keeps us stuck in situations that aren't necessarily good for us, but they're comfortable and they are safe enough. For me, the fear of never being able to find another job, of running out of money, of losing my home, that fear kept me in a job that was at times boring, miserable, and honestly, sometimes toxic. So it kept me stuck a lot longer than I had really planned. While I was on maternity leave, I had 4 months off and I was able to kind of step back and step away from my job being such a big part of my life. I also had a lot of conversations with other people that either were quitting their jobs or doing content full time or taking some other kind of risk. All of this led to a few really big revelations. First, if I don't take risks now, when will I take the risk? If I work the next year, will I then quit? Or will I have missed the first year of my baby's life and still be in the same position at work, earning the same amount of money without taking that risk? And the second one that might apply to you as well is that you have to take responsibility for your own life. This is something I struggle with so hard, but you have to take 100% responsibility for yourself. Even with all of the people telling me that I should quit, that I should pursue something that I'm good at, that I'm making money with, I still wanted someone to give me permission and to control that decision for me. But ultimately, it's my decision. Ultimately, I'm the only one in control of my life. If you're going to do something, you're going to do it yourself. And when I finally have accepted that and accepted responsibility for my own life, that has helped me make that decision and finally quit. Life is too short to stay in situations that don't serve you. I finally worked up the courage to make that happen. Of course, I'm a super responsible person and financially I was terrified of this move. So I did a lot of things before actually making the decision to quit and sending in my 2 weeks notice. So I did things like we got new tires, we saved up a little bit heftier emergency fund. I have been buying new equipment for my side hustle and I've been putting aside paychecks for the future. And I just maxed out my Roth IRA. So I try to put myself in as good of a financial position as possible because I do have 2 kids and this can't be a super risky thing. I'm also giving myself the time to work on things that help me stop trading time for money. It takes a lot of work on something like YouTube in the beginning, but over time you grow this income that doesn't correlate to the time you put in. So last month I earned $6,000, but I only worked maybe 5 hours a week versus my job where I earned $4,000 and had to spend 9-10 hours a day with the job and commuting. Clearly those don't match. So I'm giving myself the option to pursue the things that if they work well, you're not trading time for money. And there's a lot of other things besides YouTube where this is true. And I'm going to give myself the opportunity to pursue more of those. Honestly, y'all, it's scary to let go of something stable and to go into this unknown and not be sure if it is going to pay off or not. It's not guaranteed. I'm scared that this is going to go away in a day. I'm scared that I won't be able to make this work. I'm scared that we will have not enough money and we're going to struggle. So this change is scary for me, but I want to thank you for encouraging me to do it because I think it's also, while scary, going to be the best thing I've ever done and the best decision I've made for my family. So the video you just watched was filmed over a year ago, coming up on 2 years now. And honestly, quitting my job to do content creation full-time was the best decision of my life because it has been an amazing journey. I'm still earning more money than I was at my day job. I'm earning around $80,000 to $90,000 per year, which is a great amount of money for us in our personal situation. And I am also able to take so much time off with my family. I have young children, so I'm able to spend more time with them. I'm there whenever they need a day off of school. I am there whenever we want to take a little trip. I am able to be really flexible with my schedule, which has been great for the kids and also for me personally as I've dealt with recovering from burnout and a chronic illness. I definitely spent a lot of time debating whether or not I should have quit my job to do YouTube full time, and the answer was obviously yes. and I'm really glad I did it. This year on YouTube, I'm going to share more of the behind the scenes behind running a couple different channels. This year, I'm going to share more of my personal story and how I'm earning money, not just with ads on YouTube, but with digital products and affiliate marketing as well. These are definitely the income sources that I love the most. I definitely want to share these things with anyone that's trying to grow a business or to be a content creator full time. When I watched the video earlier where I was struggling so hard to decide about quitting my job, I wish I could give that girl a hug because she was stressed out so much about making the choice, but it was the best choice she could have ever made. And I hope that I can share the reasons why and how I'm going to keep growing this business with you in case you're in the same place and you want to take control of your life and earn money in a way that can support your family and also give you the freedom and the time that you've always wanted, because that's so important.